Hey friends, welcome back. Today is Mother's Day and I was surprised with a new green stock. I don't think you can see, the box is heavy, and it's a color I don't have. So I have a light green, I think it's a discontinued color. I have the terracotta, I have the stone. The petals, it's okay, we can pick more of them. Look, there's more on this one. Walk around, you can see them. So we're gonna set it up together. I get the mover trays. They have wheels, and it allows you to wheel them around on a flat surface like concrete. That's where we are, because limited space, using what you got, and these wheels just pop on. You got another flower? So we are going to put this together. Cosmos.
Mama, how's my Cosmo? See?
Cosmo?
Yeah!
You got Cosmo flower growing?
Yeah!
They're the ones that are growing on the other side of this green stalk. Yeah, the pink and white ones this year.
Do they change every year?
What?
Do they change every year?
No, that's just what color volunteered, and that's what color came up.
See, Daddy, look at my Cosmo!
We're gonna work on filling up my green stock. Now, if you've never seen a green stock before, it is an amazing tiered planter. So each level has 6 planting spots, and the original green stock, which is what I have, is 5 layers tall. They also have a leaf green stock. The little pockets are smaller, and it's made for more like leafy things. But where I am, I have things that need bigger spaces in them. So I just prefer the original one. And I am filling this particular one up with a bunch of strawberries. It's going to have 3 full layers of strawberries in it. I'm very excited. All of these strawberries are from my really good friend's house. The Navy is separating us, and I'm in complete denial about it. And she has blessed me with strawberries, a blueberry plant, a satsuma tree, so all sorts of things, because she just knows how much I enjoy gardening as well. And I've gotten her onto the green stock train, so it's just a whole lot of fun for us. We get to talk plants and garden, and sometimes with military life, you don't know what kind of friend you're going to find. And I have found an amazing one, and someone that I have loved raising my babies alongside it with through deployments and life. And so it's just very kind of sad when we have to separate, and it's not our plan. So, okay, I got to get that off my chest. Let's get back to the plants. These, I was going to say tomatoes, these strawberries are super easy to transplant, and I am just topping them off with potting mix. Now, green stalks, you want to use a good quality potting mix inside them, not raised garden bed. I have honestly made that mistake. I've used all sorts of soil in mine over the years, and the best results are with potting mix. So invest in the potting mix. We just got whatever I could get at Home Depot. The best quality for me is Kellogg locally. I can get Fox Farm at another place, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta get what's in your budget, and Kellogg is what's in my budget. Over the last couple years, it has gotten a lot pricier, as well as everything else, but you know, we can only do what we can. Okay, so let me not be on so many tangents talking to you all today. So you want to fill it all the way up to the top, and then you want to take one of these silver discs and then put the next layer on. The silver disc helps disperse the water as it drains through, and there are holes in each level that help the water all the layers by gravity. The planters stay together by the weight of the dirt in them, and with dirt, and when it becomes water saturated, it has a lot of weight and it holds them together. My green stalks have been fine through hurricanes, freezing, a million temperature degree summer. They last so well, and I am just overly impressed with the quality of this plastic. The green stalks are a family business. They are based here in Tennessee. Everything is made in the US, and why not support small businesses when you can? So that is one of the things I love about them and why I continue to support them and gush about them. I do it here on Instagram. I just honestly love this company. So I'm just getting all these strawberries in. I wish there was something a little more exciting I could say about it. But what I do when I plant these is I make sure they are nice and tucked in with soil. So I top each layer off as I plant them. After I plant them and get a few layers in, I do water my strawberries in really well, and then I top off any of the pockets with soil. When you get a green stalk, it will say on the edge where to fill up with soil, and so you want to make sure you fill them up really good. And you can see here a little bit better with no plants in the way about how far I'm filling it up, and I am like as much soil as you can pack in there is what I am going to do. So now the bottom 3 layers are strawberries. The top 2 layers for me are going to be things planted by seed. So I am going to plant beans and flowers on those 2 layers. Beans this year is one thing I want to try to grow as much as possible because beans are one of our biggest consumed vegetable. And I have a video about planting beans, which we'll talk about planting beans here a little bit later in this video as well. But we go through a lot of green beans. It's kind of embarrassing. So here I am adding water to each pocket because this soil was very dry. And I don't want it to become, what is it called? Oh gosh, where it doesn't want to absorb water. So I want to make sure it will absorb plenty of water before I go to plant. So I add a bunch of water to it, and here I am topping off the pockets again with soil before I add in some seeds. Now on this day, you're going to see everybody walking all around. For Mother's Day, we did a ton of yard work. It needed to be done, but I just love yard work days. Everything about it is just so beautiful, and there's so much instant gratification with yard work. Oh my gosh, I love that about it. There's something about instant gratification that just gets me all excited. My husband was mowing and weed whacking and all that jazz this day. So this is why I'm doing a voiceover. It was quite loud. But here you go. You can see me rolling this green stalk. It's just so easy to roll around. I roll mine around my whole concrete pad. It is so amazing. I love it. The wheels work. The wheels lock. Oh, here's what flowers I'm doing. So I'm doing the Mexican torch sunflowers and then some cut and come again zinnias. And I am just alternating them in the top row of the green stalk because I just want them to be big and beautiful and take over. My zinnias, I grew so many last year and I absolutely love it. They grow so well through our heat. I had beyond bouquets, like the most bouquets I've ever grown and harvested. And then last year I got these Mexican torch sunflower seeds late into the season and I planted them, but they didn't get to do too much before the cold weather came. So I want them in their full glory this year. So I'm hoping for them. They are on my list of seeds to repurchase just because I've seen so many other people have them and I want to have them too. I just have something about sunflowers and I love the colors. And I have, before I've never been a big flower person, I'm getting more and more into it. So the beans I'm planting are burgundy bush beans and they grow and they're like this beautiful purple color. They are just beautiful plants. And I like sometimes the purple green beans a tad bit more because they're so much easier to find on a green plant when they're purple. When you cook them, they do turn green. It's like a magic thing they do. My kids absolutely love it and we always call them science experiment beans. There's quite a few different varieties of green beans that are purple or a purple tint, and then as you cook them, they do turn green. So I'm just sticking them in green stalks. You can put 3 beans per pocket, so you can get a lot of beans just in one layer, 18 seeds. It's crazy. And now let's talk about beans. So I made a whole video explaining to you all about my need for beans this year, my plans for green beans, and I used a bunch of seeds that were given to me because I'm not going to waste any seeds, and seeds are a love language, right? But the majority of those seeds never came up. So I am replanting with rattlesnake pole beans. I got them in bulk through a local company and I absolutely love them. And then I went on filling some pockets with the rest of my burgundy bush beans, and then I filled in with just Blue Lake bush beans that I had in bulk as well. And you know, I'm not going to complain, but every so often when you have to keep replanting because something didn't, come up, it's going, as I am doing this voiceover, the weather is quite crazy at the moment. We're having thunder and all kinds of crazy stuff. So if you hear loud thunder in the background, you know what's going on. I'm so happy I got out yesterday in the yard and got all this planting done because we're supposed to have another week worth of rain. We've had so much rain lately. It is beyond crazy. Okay, now my little bed under my arch, it needed some sprucing. I've been saying I was going to do it, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So that's what we are doing finally. I took the rest of that potting soil and I just added it in because, I'm not going to let anything go to waste. A little extra nutrition won't hurt this bed. And I did a few trenches and I stuck in some green beans here as well because I figured why not? By the end of the season, this place will be mainly shaded and I'm hoping to maybe get some lettuce or something leafy growing there that then I can have into the fall because we don't have a very good lettuce growing season here. It just gets so hot so fast. And then I also threw some zinnias in the corners because why not? Like I said, you guys, I'm a sucker for flowers these days. And I used to not be. Used to only grow like tomatoes and peppers and some squash. And this year I'm putting a little more effort into beautifying my garden. I normally don't bother because as long as it functions, I don't really care. But at the same time this year, I'm getting into wanting a little more.
Here is mulch. This is like, it was 3 for $10 at Home Depot and I mulched here finally. I've been having like leftover wood scraps just holding down my cardboard. So my green stock box, part of it's here underneath. And then I did here. So it's just looking a little more magical. And then over here, I had 1 bag of mulch last year that I put here. Now this looks a little refreshed. And now this little area is just looking prettier and prettier. And if we get to it today, I'm gonna cut those spiky things off. If not, I'm not. But look at this view. My 3 green stalks. Gosh, I seriously love these planters. If you are tight on space and you don't have a lot of space to grow, I clearly have a trailer in the middle of my garden because the previous owners had this as like a, you know, an RV parking spot. This is where our trailer was. My husband's working on redoing it all, but you know, projects get here. Like we've been doing gutters and extra wood and all sorts of things, but I love it here. And gosh, that view of squash. Now I wanted to show you these 2 tomatoes are from my friend Amanda, the Navy. Well, her husband's Coast Guard, my husband's Navy, and they separated us. So she gave me her 2 tomatoes, and I'm gonna stake them and prune them, and then top off my potatoes because these guys just keep growing. So I think they need some more topping off. I gotta decide. I did just added in leaves last time. I gotta see what I have to add in here this time. These guys are looking so much better. They are up off the ground. Do need to come and mulch them. That might happen this evening. It's starting to get hot. I gotta decide what I'm gonna do with these nasturtiums or not. I also pruned this guy and that guy and all of these along my back fence, and then my 6 random in a pot. I can't find my tie. I have like tornado tape that you can help tie up on stuff, and I've ran out of these really cool like soft wire ties. Oh no, I haven't. Look, here's 2. Duh. So here's a couple I can use, and then I got these new snips at Home Depot. They are husky. I love them. One, the handle is so nice. It opens. It's got a spot to clip like harder stuff. This side here is serrated, and they are just so good. So I'm going to do my best to keep track of these this year because where we are, just everything gets so rusty so fast. But I think these will hold up a little bit better because they're not, you know, that silver metal, whatever it is. This is like a black metal. So I think this will be good. They had different size pruners as well. I just like these little ones that you can, you know, precisely get in there. And they work amazingly. Wow. We have reached time of the year where you can only do things in the morning and like the evenings. Oh my gosh. My outside temperature says it's 80. I feel like that is the biggest lie in the world. But where we are, it gets very humid, very fast. Pretty soon, it is just humid all the time, absolutely always. And it becomes a lot. And it's hard to do things outside. I don't know how some people work outside for jobs all the time at this time. So David just ran back to Home Depot. We have to fix one of our like sewer cleanouts, owning a home things. And we bought all the right things, but it ended up being the wrong size pipe because, you know, trying to measure down a hole. So he went to Home Depot. I came in because I am like drenching in sweat. It is disgusting, and it's time to make lunch. So this is probably where I am gonna end today. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I'm gonna get back out there today and do more. I did go pull some weeds, and I trimmed up my rosemary. I need to go trim out my oregano. Just some, you know, just lawn maintenance things. David's been mowing and edging and weed eating and all that kind of stuff that just, I feel like it makes all my plants around the house look so much prettier, especially the front yard, because our front yard is, you know, all the neighbors see. If I make a mess in the back, I don't care. But that's where today is. So I think I'm gonna go make some sandwiches, and then we have strawberries because I just bought a bunch of strawberries from a local farm. And then I'm going to whip up a pound cake to have tonight with some strawberries for Mother's Day, and figure out what we're gonna eat, because it's 11 and I have not eaten. I don't even think I finished my coffee. I don't know where my coffee cup even is. I'm gonna have to go find it. I did pull out a kombucha. This Better Booch brand is probably my ultimate favorite that I have found, but I did just buy stuff to make kombucha, so we will be figuring that out together, and some other projects this week, so stay tuned. Things are coming. And I think next might be my garden tour. I owe you another garden tour. Things have changed and I can't wait to show you. So if there's anything you missed me doing today because my phone kept overheating out in the sun, you'll see it here soon. My garden tours, I have to get up and do it like 6 a.m. because the light's the best. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me and having fun with me on Mother's Day. I don't want to go out and do anything on days like this. I love to just have a perfect excuse to stay home and work on the yard and do my plants and that kind of stuff, because yard work is honestly like a love language to me. I enjoy it, and so does my husband. So it's just perfect. Our kids aren't quite there yet, but maybe one day they will be. Have a good day, friends.